guys, welcome back to my Minecraft world. We're on episode 49 and it has been a few months, I think now, actually, since my last episode on here. So why is that? Primarily I was waiting for, and it's my own fault, I was waiting for the replay mod to get updated to what was the current newest version at the time, which is 1.20.5. And yeah, I guess maybe they had some inside info or something and knew that 1.21 was just around the corner, so maybe they just, I don't even know if they did put out a version for that now, because I waited for so long. I did actually make some videos in that time when I wasn't on this world, and they were all Destiny videos, because that's when the latest Destiny expansion came out. All that stuff's privated. Not privated, it's unlisted, because just the method I was using to record that stuff. Ooh, the range on these signs is not good, is it? Yeah, the method I was using to record, just it forced me into a position where I had substandard videos that I was making, so that's all unlisted. It's still available to watch in a playlist on my channel if you want to see me play through the Final Shape campaign for the first time. Yeah, the gist of it is I had some really awful technical difficulties. So we're back in sort of the last part of the town that I was working in 1.20.5, and the reason I didn't go back a version is because, well, I brought over all the 1.20.5 or 6, I can't remember, all the wolf variants, and I didn't know what would happen if I went back a version so I could use replay mod. And other mods, I guess. And I got armadillos in here as well. I wonder how this is doing now. That's a lot of wolf armor. But yeah, I didn't know what would happen to these animals here if I went back a version. Let's just sleep real quick. So yeah, my last couple of videos on this world were essentially vanilla, modless. Hang about. Is that actually orange? That's meant to be an orange beam. Oh, it is orange. It's just so far away it looks white. But yeah, that means I've never looked at these builds with shaders on. So ooh, with the sun rising on them. That's cool. Yeah, we don't talk about this build. This is ugly as sin. I'm okay with this one. I quite like this little warehouse thing. Turned into it's converted into the wolf sanctuary. The armadillo sanctuary is gross and I hate it. I'll get to that in a sec. And then we've got this thing as well, which God, is the range really that small? That's insane to me. Here's our other converted warehouse. This is like a warehouse area in the town, and this is more converted stuff, converted into a little coffee shop, a little bookshop, and then we go up these stairs and we end up in this like tech office startup sort of loft place. And yeah, I did think I would come in here and do armor stand stuff like I've done in previous builds, to put little computers at each of these stations, but I've just left. I've not played on this world for a while, for months, and yeah, I've just not got around to doing that. The other thing that I was going to do, which I said I would do between videos, is this over. Did I just scare the armadillo? I'm scaring the armadillos through the wall. That's interesting. Yeah, I said I would do this. I think I might have done. Did I do this already? Did I show any of this? I really don't remember. But we at least had this area sort of just unpopulated, I think. Maybe. Oh, I really don't remember. But basically this was like it used to be like a car park or a parking lot if you're American, I guess. But because it's part of this, or maybe it has become that. It used to be just a place for shipping containers. And one of them has been converted into this little food truck thing, which I think is kind of cool. And then, yeah, there's space, I guess, for a car or two to be parked on here. We've got a little recycling bin, a little table out here for people to, I don't know, come out from work or whatever on their lunch break and just hang around by the food truck. And this is meant to be a menu, I guess. And then they serve hot dogs. So I've got a little hot dog on top with some ketchup. And then inside, I did actually put, even though you can't really see it from here, there is actually a little kitchen in there. Yeah, anyway. Something I think I said I wanted to do between videos, and I did it. I've got these little shipping containers. Yeah. I came up with two sort of ends of the shipping containers. This one, I guess, has no door, but then on this side it does have a door, so I've got that sort of thing to kind of, I don't know, add some variation to these things. And then, yeah, at this scale, I didn't know how to put depth into these things, so I did like bands of trapdoors around them. And then we've got like company logos or something on the sides of these things, just to, yeah, make it look a bit more realistic and kind of tell you what these are, not just big Lego bricks or something. I must have a mod settings turned off or something. The range on these signs is absurd. I need to check that out. Yeah, another reason I've been away from the world for a while is because, well, I joined an SMP. I'm sure if you're subscribed to me already, you must have seen some of those episodes. I'm already 6 episodes deep. And yeah, I'm having loads of fun on that server. I missed building in a style where I was more comfortable. The town, let's free cam a little bit. The town is all sort of stone Victorian era-ish, inspired by at least sort of buildings with a modern twist put in them. And I really struggle, especially at the scale I like to build at. I really struggle with this stuff. I still think about this build all the time, especially from afar. It's, yeah, I'm proud of the shading I did on that. Yeah, if you found me from the Lotus SMP and haven't seen any of my solo world, I guess, yeah, welcome. The way I do things on here, or at least have done up until now. In fact, seeing as we're talking about Lotus, here's the portal I went through in my first Lotus episode in order to get onto the server. So yeah, I typically do, or have done in the past, I would do 4 episodes of just like Minecrafting, doing builds and stuff. Then every 5th episode, I would do like a lore episode. And I would do sort of some world building stuff around my world. So this is meant to be a sort of a canvas for all my sort of nerd interests kind of coalescing and distilled into my own story that I'm trying to tell, my own world that I'm trying to build. Because I struggled so much to build in this place, I need a narrative for a building project and why stuff is built the way it is, or what's its reason for existing and stuff. So prime example, we've got these more Tudor-esque sort of buildings over here, this row of buildings, which is kind of out of theme with the rest of the town. The reason for this is like the remaining section of the town where these buildings were built by the original settlers of the town, who came from my starter village, which is all built in this style. And I'm planning to go over there at some point in this video, so we can have a closer look then. But yeah, that sort of thing. But then it evolved into, I wanted to start telling stories and stuff, but I'm not a storyteller, so yeah, just I needed to set a stage in order for me to do that. Setting my guardrails up with the world building so that I have it as easy time as possible and most prepared setting for it as possible to be able to tell stories. Anyway, one other thing that has just I've just remembered. One of the casualties of updating to 1.20.5 and 6 was all my armor stand stuff has been reset, and apparently all my banners have been, all my custom banners seem to have become blank, which is a little devastating. Let me just sleep. And also, one of the mods that I've kind of relied on, these custom banners haven't changed, so yeah, but if you're familiar with this room, Immersive Paintings mod has not been updated since 1.20.1, which is what I was playing before updating to 1.20.5. And I feel like it's probably never going to get updated at this point. It hadn't been updated since October of last year, I think, was the last update. So yeah, I've lost all the albums that I had in here, because this is my stereo, my giant boombox thing, and this was going to be my music listening room. I can do this now. One of the mods we have on Lotus SMP is you can sit on slabs and stairs, so I can actually sit in here now and chill out, which is just, that's great. So all the albums I had up on here make this look more like a music listening room. That's all gone, and unfortunately, this is another reason that I've put stuff off, is I was hoping that mod would get updated, because I was going to try and rely on the custom paintings to do some sort of custom texturing stuff for episode 50's big build. And yeah, I'm going to have to learn how to do custom paintings in a different way, because there's a couple of things that I was going to use them for. And hold on, I can do this now. I can use this sofa as well. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I was going to use them for specifically, which kind of helped sell builds that I have prepared for episode 50 at my scale that I like to build at. So yeah, unfortunately, that means episode 50 has another roadblock in its way, which is me learning how to do custom paintings. Fortunately, there's people on Lotus SMP who I think can teach me, so maybe it's not that big a problem. Anyway, I'm sure it's in the thumbnail and the title already, but in fact, I was about to say, this is where we're building. No, this is where we're building in a few episodes' time, probably. Where we're building today is over here, and I'm doing this build specifically in episode 49, because it will kind of lead into episode 50 in a way. We're building the town hall, and it's not particularly a realistic, like architecturally inspired sound building. It's kind of a progression on the town hall in my starter village. So yeah, once it's built, we can compare them, and I can talk about the sort of lineage of this build that I'm about to do. But yeah, I've had the materials here ready to go for like 3 months or something. So it's about time. Let's get on with it, and I'll see you on the other side for a walkthrough. outpost. We're done with the build, and we're coming back to the starter village to talk about the sort of inspiration behind this building. And am I there yet? I'm there yet. Okay. So this is my starter village's sort of my town hall sort of building, and hopefully you can see that it's kind of the predecessor to my town hall that I've just built. Let's do some free cam actually. So it's a little more squat than the new one, but hopefully you can notice that it's the same sort of structure. We've got the wider base, we've got this section in the middle, and then the tower and the dome on the top. And more wealth would have been poured into this building. So we've got a lot more stone, and we've got brick showing up for the first time in the village, I suppose, except for this chimney thing over here. Yeah, this is meant to be the beginnings of what goes on to become the build style in the town. So also some sort of like architecturally similar features. We've got these arches, we've got the stone like framing around the bottom level. We've got the coarse dirt flower beds. That's not architectural, but that sort of thing is carried over, including particularly the sort of this flower combination which shows up in the garden in the one in the town. I guess this is similar as well. This like through path thing in the middle. I need to sleep. Yeah, we kind of have this in the new version, but it's inside. It's not open to the outdoors. So, and then inside we have a bunch of things, little like plaques and stuff for different milestones in the world, such as defeating the Ender Dragon and so on. So that's something that's carried over. Just because of the size of the building, I didn't have room for like a mayor's office, but here's the town mayor. Yeah, this is the one in the starter village. And before we go back to the town, there's one more building that takes inspiration from this. And I need to go on a little journey, so let's head over to the desert outpost. I say this every time I'm here, but it's been a while since I've been here. Right. The building in question is this one over here. And yeah, I guess this... What did I mean for this to be? This is kind of a library sort of mini town hall sort of building. It kind of serves a similar purpose as in the starter village, where it's like the path out of the little desert outpost. It's also where I'm hoping when they make the villager changes, I've got some librarians set up. But we've got the same sort of DNA, I suppose. We've got the archway sort of shape. We're just missing the top bits. But basically, these sort of shapes and build features, I guess, they're there on purpose. And going forward, particularly next episode, hopefully. Hello? Because basically the starter village and the people from there have quite a significant part to play in the sort of the human story in this world. Anyway, I've got to head back to the town now. Okay, so let's see the view as I'm coming out of the castle. Oh, there's no view as I'm coming out of the castle because there's a hospital in the way. Let's, here we go. Ta-da! Yeah, there we go. I think you can tell on this level it shares a lot of DNA with that first town hall. We've got the arches, We've got the stone framing, but the build materials changed. Instead of deep slate, we've got mud and stuff now. And then we've lent into the bricks some more and really expanded the size of this thing. The town is quite prosperous, so they poured loads of money into this. And the shape of this, it's not particularly pretty. I've tried to get more archers in different places and stuff as well. Oops. But basically, I wanted to expand on that original town hall. What is that if I blow it up? Like, if I, like drag the corner of it to expand it in Photoshop or something. Like, which bits get bigger, basically. And clearly the tower got bigger. Let's start outside. So, yeah, little flower garden. I guess I could have put some dirt under here. Probably should do that. I did have some dirt left over, so I wonder if that's why. I think I meant to put some there. I've got a few statues that I need to finish off. I just need to get some more armor together to make these. Where's the nearest one? Got one. Is it in render distance? Yes. Got the sort of like copper armor thing. I do plan to stick one over here. And then just like the one I just looked at, I've got this one looking out over the ocean, where I'll try and pose it so it's like similar to the other one, with his arm up and or whatever, pointing to new horizons or something. Then yeah, just got a bunch of. Oh, I did miss some more dirt. I meant to put more coarse dirt into here for more flower beds, and I wanted to do some vines and leaf blocks and stuff. But I really didn't want to, like, do some more work around the town and then come back and this be covered in vines. So I have quite aggressively in some places cut off. Ooh, I need more string here. Do I? I don't think I can grow here. So yeah, I tried to be really strategic and use as little string as I could. But yeah, it's kind of everywhere. Where's the really bad one? Yeah, like here and stuff. But I wanted to keep it as tame as possible. But seriously though, why? We've got other vines and things where you can right click it with some shears and it stops it growing. When are they going to add it to the old school vines? Because it just makes me not want to use them, basically. Bit more details. We've got places close to some like foliage and stuff is where it gets mossy on the bricks. What else? There's not really much else to say that I've not said in previous videos. Yeah, the expanded tower bit. I'm using the same thing as this. I'm missing some of these little bits, but yeah, I think it works. I didn't want to put deep slate in here because it doesn't appear anywhere else. Oh, here's a little detail. I put black wool behind these windows so I didn't have to do too much interior in this top bit, in like the loft area, because, can I go through it? Yes. Because basically it's inaccessible. I didn't plan for it to be, to have like a staircase going up to it or anything. So yeah, I've got a couple of mini fake interiors just to, like the bigger windows where it would be really obvious that it's black wall behind them. I put some fake interiors in there. And then, oh, this was a challenge in the build. This side is clearly a different shape than this side. And that's because I followed the contour of the land as it was and had to, like, pull in this bit of the build. And yeah, I tried to maintain symmetry and keep this sort of shape, but it's a little ugly. I mean, the whole thing's a bit ugly, but yeah, I don't know. I still like this. I still like how it's come out. The shapes I managed to get in it the sort of, this is a bit more reminiscent, I think, if you look at the stone and the copper here, like this shape, it's a bit more reminiscent of the previous builds that I looked at. And then I managed to keep the arch and like extend it up as the building gets taller. Yeah, and then just like forcing in the build palette of a lot of the town builds. Yeah, let's go inside. So I've got this little like reception area, little like receptionist desk and stuff, little coffee cup. I don't know what to put in here. Maybe I'll put a book or something, like a sign-in book. And then let's go in here. These are just little offices and stuff for like the town government and stuff. This is like the town hall, so this is the primary. This is where I could put some more like achievement stuff, milestones and things. Maybe some law stuff could go in here. Got space for another armor set. I might do the non-weathered copper in here. What's this one? This one's more of a library. But again, more workspaces for people to work at. And also, I've got a bunch of shelves and stuff which aren't populated, where I could put more little trinkets and trophies and things. Semi-identical stairwells leading upstairs. More surfaces and things. A few paintings dotted around. I've got a few of the new ones around as well. I think there's one down here. This one, that's new, isn't it? And that's the new 1x2. Yeah, I need something horse themed on this side, I guess. Let's go upstairs. Let's have a look in the mayor's office. It's not the best view for the mayor, but it's the biggest office. And there's just some more places to place stuff on shelves and things. Got these little... I wanted to do chairs that were faced diagonally towards the desk. Kind of works. I think that works. Maybe if this was spread out a bit more, it would work a bit better. But space. Had to deal with what I had. Stairwell. What's this one? More offices. More workspaces. More office space. This one's just... I don't know what else to put in here. This is just how big the room came to be, so I just did my normal, like, put some bookshelves next to a window to make a fake interior sort of thing. And that's it, basically. And yeah, this is also right next to the water, so any ships and stuff, when I actually get around to making the dock, this is like a big monument that you see when you approach the town. And it's clearly, it's over detailed. It's a lot noisier than I like, I think. It's the same as in the starter village. It's meant to be where a lot of the money was poured into. And not in a like extravagant way, like look at how wealthy the town is sort of thing. It's like, no, this was built to last. It was built a bit bigger than any other structures. Like, it's bigger than the old hospital, pretty much. But it's built to last because of the prosperity of the town and the sort of the mission statement of the town founder. That's pretty cool, with the sun straight up the middle of the building. So yeah, last bit of stuff to talk about with this. I normally leave the big lore stuff until a fifth episode, but there's going to be a lot in episode 50 when I finally get around to it. And actually this leads into episode 50 in a way. So I've finally got a name for the village and the town. It's required me inventing characters, basically. So the village, because it's in like the lore of my world, it's where the humans were first taught how to work metal, and hence why copper is such a symbolic thing for the humans. I was looking for a word that was like related to copper, and then I was looking for sort of naming conventions for towns and stuff. So for the starter village, it's the name is going to be rooted from basically this green color. So the word for this green, like rust patina thing that you get on copper is verdigris. So the starter village is going to be called Verdigby, because B, or B like BY at the end of a settlement's name, well, the end of a name means settlement. So yeah, that's the starter village. And then the bit of lore that sort of informs the name of the town is, this is deep my world lore. So the original person that lived there was a guy called Stephen, and my sort of loose lore is that he was a farmer. There's a farm in the village. Maybe that was his farm originally. And one day he started to take in families who were fleeing nearby zombie attacks and things. And over time, this like influx of other groups of people just expanded out into the village that's there now. Then, like a few hundred years later down his family tree, we get to the person who leaves that village and comes to found this town and builds the castle and so on. And that's a guy who I've referred to a bunch as just the town founder. But he's going to be an important part of the story in episode 50. And he's an important part of just the world lore in general. And I've said before, I would do his story and the town's history once I'm done with the town. And like that could be like the bookend to finishing the town before I move on to another settlement or something. But his story kind of is part of the next story I'm telling. So that guy, his name is Avery Stevenson. The Stevenson being the name passed down from Stephen the farmer way back in history. And so this town is named after the Stevensons. So the town is called Steffborough because it's Stephen with a PH. And it's borough like, spelled like Edinburgh. And I've chosen that spelling specifically because of this little road over here where I've got all these colourful buildings going up a hill inspired by Edinburgh. Yeah, so finally got some names for this and some characters finally. So yeah, the next thing I want to do is let's just go over here and grab the maps. It's been a while, I think, again. I mean, everything's been a while because it's been a while since I've been on this world, but we can now update. Oh yeah, we can update all this stuff on the map. Let's just grab these. I think that's it. Let's do a quick flyby. I missed a map. There we go. Yeah, that's quite significant stuff I missed off there. Yeah, so quite a few additions to the map here. We've got all the houses over here, the police station, the town hall now, and all this like warehouse district sort of stuff over here, joining us up to the village that needs doing. But then also, this is really cool. I'm on Lotus SMP now, and one of the mods we have over there is the map mod. And look at this. This is so much more detailed than the map. This is so good. I think when it's all finished, this is like a good screenshot I can have and make like a desktop wallpaper or something. Oh, look at the boat on the river. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man. It looks like a map out of a SNES game or something. Like an old Nintendo RPG or something. Oh, I could look at this for hours. That's so cool. And then this is just the default map, which is a bit meh. That's kind of it for this video. We've talked about the build, we've done a bit of lore. It's been so long since my last video on here. There's something I wanted to do nearer the time that it happened. I'm putting a little monument in my museum because a company shut down, an internet content sort of based company shut down relatively recently, and they were kind of one of the reasons I even wanted to play Minecraft in the first place. So if you know, you know. But yeah, I'm not going to say what this is because maybe you get demonetized for that stuff now. But yeah. Rest in peace, Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter and so on. Partly why I even was interested in Minecraft in the first place. The other big thing that's relevant is it's the 15th year of Minecraft. I completely missed that whole... Whoops, that's not food. I completely missed that whole, like, celebration and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy that it's been 15 years. Oh, man. Man, Shaders really does a lot of heavy lifting, doesn't it? Ah, so good. Let's have a look. Can I get the... I wonder what it looks like from the houses. I haven't considered that yet. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I need to set some more expectations, though, with episode 50. So, I mentioned it earlier. I need to figure out how to do some custom paintings and stuff. So that's going to push things back. Also, it's going to be a very intensive editing process. My plans for it basically are, it's going to be the biggest build I've ever done, ever. And there won't be a walkthrough of it. It'll be the build and essentially like a lore audiobook podcast type thing. It's going to be just like my episode 25 was like a milestone, big lore drop episode. Episode 50 will likewise be an epic, just full lore episode with like as little of me just waffling on about stuff, block palettes and stuff. And then the episode after that, episode 51, that'll be the walkthrough of the build. But yeah, hopefully, as I've kind of alluded to, the lore I've dropped in this episode, it's gonna start to ramp up. I've got characters that I've come up with, and I've got backstories for them and how they intertwine and how they start to flesh out the bit more of a like personal level fabric of this world, and hopefully bring some more life to it. And then after episode 51, I've got this little street here all ready to go. Got all my build materials already. Yeah, materials wise, episode 50 is all prepared for, and I just need to finish my script, and that build, even with easy place mode, I think it's going to take me several days just to build it. So yeah, bear with me on that one. But at least in the meantime, like, we're having loads of fun. on the Lotus SMP stuff. So if you for some reason you're subscribed to me and you haven't seen the Lotus SMP stuff, please go check it out. I'm having loads of fun there, and I'm really proud of the builds that I've done on there as well. If that's what you watch me for. But as the sun sets, let's wrap things up. Social links and stuff, if you want to follow me elsewhere, in the description. Got a Discord on there. Also, if you check the description of any of my Lotus videos, there's the community Discord for Lotus, and there's also all the other guys on the server. And yeah, if you wouldn't mind helping me out, maybe you could leave a like on the video. And if you want to join me on my journey here, my world building journey, or my journey on the Lotus SMP, maybe you could hit subscribe as well. But yeah, that's everything from me this time, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.